When exactly was Jesus born, and why is this question still shrouded in mystery? It is a question that, like a pebble dropped into a still pond, sends ripples across the vast expanse of history and theology. The birth of Jesus, an event that has arguably had the most profound impact on the course of human history, remains enshrouded in a veil of uncertainty. One might wonder, with all our advancements in historical research and biblical scholarship, why does this seemingly straightforward question elude a definitive answer? Wait until the end of the video as we will say a prayer together. What does history reveal about the true date of Jesus' birth? The annals of history and the sacred texts both hold clues, tantalizing glimpses into the past, yet they often seem to raise more questions than they answer. We stand on the threshold of discovery, peering into the murky depths of time, hoping to find clarity amidst the shadows. In this video, we'll dive into historical records, biblical texts, and scholarly debates to uncover the true date of Jesus' birth. Like archaeologists unearthing ancient treasures, we shall sift through the layers of tradition and evidence, seeking the precious gems of truth. This journey is not merely an academic exercise. It is an exploration that touches the very heart of our understanding of history and faith. Join us as we explore the intriguing clues and evidence that challenge the traditional December 25th narrative. The familiar date of December 25th, adorned with centuries of tradition and celebration, is not without its challengers. We shall examine the origins of this date, scrutinize its historical validity, and consider the alternative timelines proposed by scholars. Each piece of evidence is a stepping stone, leading us closer to the truth. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from of old, from ancient times. Micah 5:2. The ancient prophecy, echoing through the corridors of time, foretells a birth of monumental significance. Bethlehem, a seemingly inconsequential town, is destined to be the birthplace of a ruler whose origins are shrouded in the mists of antiquity. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. Matthew 2:10. The appearance of the star, a celestial beacon, heralded a momentous event. The joy of those who beheld it was profound, for it signified the fulfillment of an ancient promise. This star and the joy it inspired are key elements in our quest to uncover the true date of Jesus' birth. In this video, we will investigate the historical and biblical evidence to pinpoint the actual date of Jesus' birth, challenging common assumptions. Our purpose is clear: to engage in a meticulous examination of the available evidence, both sacred and secular, to uncover the truth about the birth of Jesus. This endeavor will challenge the assumptions we have long held, inviting us to reconsider and reevaluate our understanding. Our journey will take us through ancient texts, astronomical data, and historical analysis to uncover the truth. We shall traverse the landscapes of ancient Judea, guided by the writings of historians and the revelations of astronomical phenomena. Each step of this journey is a venture into the unknown, with the promise of new insights and deeper understanding. We'll begin with the biblical accounts, delve into historical and astronomical evidence, and then examine the implications of our findings. Our investigation will follow a structured path. First, we shall turn to the Gospels, those sacred texts that provide the foundational narratives of Jesus' birth. From there, we shall broaden our scope to include historical records and astronomical data, seeking to align these diverse sources into a coherent timeline. We'll start by analyzing the Gospel narratives, explore historical records from the time of Jesus, and consider modern scholarly interpretations. Each section of our exploration is designed to build upon the previous, creating a tapestry of evidence that weaves together the sacred and the secular, the ancient and the modern. By the end of our journey, we hope to arrive at a more nuanced and accurate understanding of the true date of Jesus' birth. The birth of Jesus Christ took place in this way, Matthew 1:18-25. In those days a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered, Luke 2:1-7. In the grand tapestry of history, woven with threads of prophecy and human endeavor, we come to the humble yet profound account of the birth of Jesus Christ. The narrative, as presented in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, serves as a cornerstone not only of Christian faith but of historical curiosity and theological reflection. It is within these sacred texts that we embark on a journey to understand the circumstances surrounding the Nativity. Matthew begins his account with a genealogy, grounding the birth of Jesus in the lineage of David and Abraham, thus fulfilling the ancient prophecies that spoke of a Messiah from David's line. The birth of Jesus Christ took place in this way, Matthew tells us, setting the stage for a miraculous event marked by divine intervention. Joseph, a righteous man betrothed to Mary, is faced with a dilemma upon discovering that Mary is with child by the Holy Spirit. Here, an angelic visitation assures Joseph of the divine nature of Mary's pregnancy, instructing him to name the child Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. This is a story imbued with the supernatural, where dreams and angels play crucial roles, guiding human decisions in alignment with divine will. In contrast, Luke's account provides a more detailed historical context, linking the birth of Jesus to the broader socio-political landscape of the Roman Empire. In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This decree, a mundane administrative act, sets in motion a series of events leading Joseph and Mary to Bethlehem, the city of David. Luke's narrative is rich with historical markers. The decree, the journey, and the circumstances of Jesus' birth in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. The simplicity of the setting underscores the humility of Christ's entrance into the world, juxtaposed against the grandeur of Roman authority. Examining the nativity stories in Matthew and Luke reveals both differences and harmonies. Matthew's narrative is more focused on the fulfillment of Jewish prophecy, with the visit of the Magi, the Star of Bethlehem, and the subsequent flight to Egypt. These elements emphasize Jesus' kingship and the threat he posed to earthly powers, illustrated vividly by Herod's decree to massacre the infants of Bethlehem. This tragic event echoes the Old Testament story of Moses, further reinforcing Jesus as a figure of deliverance and destiny. Luke, however, offers a more universal perspective. His account highlights the lowly shepherds, the angelic announcement of good news of great joy for all the people, and the presentation of Jesus at the temple. These elements speak to the inclusivity of Christ's mission, extending beyond the Jewish people to all humanity. The shepherds, marginalized figures in society, are the first to receive the heavenly proclamation, symbolizing the breaking of barriers between the sacred and the profane, the exalted and the humble. Despite their distinct emphases, both narratives converge on key theological truths. They affirm the virgin birth, the divine nature of Jesus, and the fulfillment of prophecy. These stories, while clothed in the specific cultural and historical garb of their time, transcend their immediate context, inviting readers across the ages to ponder the mystery of the Incarnation. Understanding the historical context of the Nativity requires a foray into the political and social milieu of first-century Judea. The decree from Caesar Augustus, likely related to a census for tax purposes, illustrates the pervasive reach of Roman authority. This event, historically plausible, aligns with known practices of the Roman Empire, even if the specifics of the census remain debated among scholars. Herod the Great's reign, marked by both architectural grandeur and ruthless paranoia, provides a grim backdrop to the Nativity. His reaction to the news of a new king of the Jews is consistent with his character, as documented by historians such as Josephus, who detail Herod's merciless measures to secure his throne. Thus, in the confluence of divine providence and human history, we witness the unfolding of a momentous event. The nativity stories in Matthew and Luke, while distinct in their details, together offer a composite picture of a birth that changed the course of history. They invite us not only to marvel at the miraculous, but also to reflect on the profound implications of God entering human history in the most humble of circumstances. The investigation into the early Christian traditions surrounding the birth of Jesus is akin to exploring an ancient library, where each scroll and parchment reveals a fragment of a greater mosaic. As we delve into the writings of the early church fathers, we find ourselves standing at the crossroads of history and faith, guided by the wisdom of those who walked the path before us. The early church fathers, those venerable theologians and scholars, endeavored to discern the divine mystery of the Incarnation. Their writings provide us with glimpses into their profound reflections on the date of Jesus' birth. It is within their epistles, homilies, and theological treatises that we discover the confluence of Roman and Jewish calendars, each influencing their understanding of this pivotal event. Consider, for instance, the works of Hippolytus of Rome. In his commentary on Daniel, written in the early 3rd century, Hippolytus asserts that Jesus was born on December 25th. His calculations were not arbitrary, but rather an attempt to synchronize the Christian narrative with the cosmic order, reflecting the belief that the creation of the world and the birth of Christ shared a divine symmetry. This date, while significant, was not universally accepted, illustrating the diversity of thought among early Christians. Moreover, Clement of Alexandria, a contemporary of Hippolytus, provides a different perspective. In his writings, he mentions multiple possible dates for Jesus' birth, including May 20th and April 19th. Clement's explorations underscore the fluidity of early Christian traditions and the ongoing quest to align sacred events with the unfolding of the cosmos. His openness to various dates reflects the early church's broader willingness to engage with differing interpretations, seeking truth amidst the shadows of antiquity. The influence of Roman and Jewish calendars further complicates our understanding. The Julian calendar, instituted by Julius Caesar, and the Jewish lunisolar calendar both played roles in shaping early Christian thought. The synchronization of these calendars with the life of Jesus was a theological and astronomical endeavor, one that sought to unite the heavens and the earth in the grand tapestry of God's salvation history. Turning our gaze to the tradition of December 25th, we encounter a narrative rich with theological symbolism and historical evolution. The choice of this date is not merely a matter of chronology, but of profound theological reflection. The winter solstice, occurring around December 21st, marks the time when the sun begins its return, bringing light to the darkest days. This natural phenomenon became a powerful metaphor for the birth of Christ, the light of the world, piercing the darkness of sin and death. The origins of the December 25th celebration are intricately woven with the fabric of Roman culture. The festival of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun, was celebrated on this date, honoring the sun god who triumphed over darkness. Early Christians, seeking to redeem and transform the cultural milieu, appropriated this date to celebrate the true Son of Righteousness, Malachi 4:2. This act of theological reclamation underscores the Church's mission to infuse the temporal with the eternal, illuminating the pagan world with the light of Christ. The adoption of December 25th by the early Church was a gradual process, reflecting both theological conviction and pastoral sensitivity. The Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, while primarily concerned with the Arian controversy and the nature of Christ, also played a role in standardizing the liturgical calendar. The subsequent establishment of December 25th as the official date of Jesus' birth was part of the Church's broader effort to unify Christian practice and doctrine. In this tradition, we see the Church's deep understanding of time as sacred. The celebration of Jesus' birth on December 25th is not merely a historical commemoration, but a participation in the divine mystery of the Incarnation. Each year, as the faithful gather to celebrate Christmas, they are drawn into the timeless reality of God's redemptive love, echoing the angelic proclamation of peace and goodwill to all. Thus, the exploration of early Christian traditions surrounding the date of Jesus' birth invites us into a rich tapestry of theological reflection, historical inquiry, and liturgical celebration. It is a journey that transcends mere dates, drawing us into the profound mystery of God's entry into human history, a mystery that continues to inspire wonder and awe across the ages. When we embark upon the quest to uncover the precise date of Jesus' birth, we must traverse the annals of history with the meticulousness of a scholar and the curiosity of an adventurer. The Roman historical records, maintained with a bureaucratic zeal, offer us a glimpse into the administrative framework of the era. The decrees of emperors, the censuses conducted, and the movements of governors are all meticulously chronicled. It is within these dusty tomes that we seek our first clues. Consider the decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This census, mentioned in the Gospel of Luke, serves as a pivotal point in our timeline. While the exact nature and scope of this census remain debated among historians, its significance cannot be understated. The practicalities of such an undertaking in a vast empire point towards a period of relative peace and administrative efficiency. It is within this context that Joseph and Mary journey to Bethlehem, fulfilling the ancient prophecies with their steps. Turning to Jewish historical writings, we find a rich tapestry of cultural and religious context. The works of Flavius Josephus, a first-century Jewish historian, provide invaluable insights. His detailed accounts of the political and social dynamics of Judea under Roman rule offer us a backdrop against which the nativity narrative unfolds. Josephus's descriptions of Herod the Great, his architectural ambitions, and his political machinations paint a vivid picture of the environment into which Jesus was born. Yet, as we sift through these records, a correlation between historical events and the nativity timeline begins to emerge. The reign of Herod the Great, marked by both grandeur and brutality, provides a critical anchor. Herod's interactions with the Roman Empire, his decrees, and the political climate of his reign are essential to understanding the period. The figure of Herod looms large in our exploration. Known as a master builder and a ruthless ruler, Herod's reign was one of both architectural marvels and merciless actions. His construction of the Second Temple, the port city of Caesarea Maritima, and the fortress of Masada showcase his ambition. Yet, it is his darker deeds that intersect most poignantly with the nativity story. The massacre of the innocents, a tragic event described in the Gospel of Matthew, is inextricably linked to Herod's desperate attempts to secure his throne. Fearful of the prophesied new king, Herod orders the slaughter of all male infants in Bethlehem. This harrowing act, though not corroborated by other historical sources, aligns with Herod's well-documented paranoia and propensity for ruthless measures to eliminate perceived threats. To pinpoint the date of Jesus' birth, we must examine the timeline of Herod's reign with precision. Historical evidence places Herod's death in 4 BCE, following a prolonged illness. This date is critical, as it sets a terminus ante quem for Jesus' birth. Given that Herod sought the child soon after the visit of the Magi, Jesus must have been born no later than this year. Further examination of astronomical phenomena mentioned in historical records can help corroborate this timeline. The appearance of a notable celestial event, such as a comet or planetary conjunction, around this period would lend additional support to the narrative described in the Gospels. In summary, the convergence of Roman and Jewish historical records with the biblical account offers a compelling framework. The census under Caesar Augustus, the reign and death of Herod the Great, and the social-political dynamics of the era all contribute to our understanding. Through this lens, we glimpse the world into which Jesus was born, a world poised at the intersection of prophecy and history, awaiting the advent of a new era. In the quiet, darkened expanse of the night sky, there are celestial whispers that tell stories as old as time itself. Among these tales, one stands out with particular brilliance, the Star of Bethlehem. This beacon, guiding wise men from the east to the humble birthplace of Jesus, has long intrigued scholars and laypeople alike. It is a star that shines not merely in the heavens, but in the annals of history and the depths of the human heart. What could this star have been? Was it a supernova, exploding in a dazzling display of light that would capture the attention of magi skilled in the reading of the skies? A supernova's brilliance is unrivaled, its light enduring for weeks, even months, a fitting herald for a king whose reign would be eternal. Such an event would have indeed been recorded by ancient astronomers and would have left a lasting impression on those who studied the heavens. The sudden, magnificent appearance of a new star in the sky would have signaled something extraordinary. Alternatively, consider the possibility of a comet, its luminous tail a celestial pointer leading the wise men westward. Comets have long been seen as omens, their unexpected arrival stirring awe and wonder, sometimes fear. Could it be that such an omen was divinely appointed to announce the birth of the Savior? The periodic return of comets, recorded in meticulous detail by ancient civilizations, provides a wealth of data that can be cross-referenced with the Gospel accounts. The motion of a comet across the sky, slow and deliberate, would align with the journey of the Magi, who traveled not in haste but with measured purpose. Yet another theory posits a planetary conjunction, where two or more planets align closely in the sky, creating a bright, seemingly singular point of light. Such conjunctions are relatively rare and can be calculated with precise astronomical software, allowing modern scholars to rewind the cosmic clock to the era of Christ's birth. The conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, known to ancient astrologers as the meeting of the king planet with the protector planet, could have signified the birth of a great king. This alignment, visible to the naked eye, would have drawn the attention of those who read the skies for signs' importance. To uncover the truth, we must delve into the ancient astronomical records, those meticulous chronicles of the heavens kept by civilizations like the Babylonians, the Chinese, and the Romans. These records, etched in clay tablets and silk manuscripts, provide a rich tapestry of celestial events that can be meticulously examined for clues. By correlating these records with the biblical descriptions, we may draw closer to pinpointing the true nature of the Star of Bethlehem. In the Gospel of Matthew, we read of the star that went before the wise men until it came to rest over the place where the child was. Such a detailed observation suggests an event of significant duration and prominence. Ancient records from Babylonian astronomers, who meticulously charted the movements of stars and planets, may hold the key. By examining these records, modern astronomers can identify celestial events that match the gospel narrative. Similarly, Chinese records, which are among the most detailed and continuous astronomical records in history, offer another potential source of verification. Chinese astronomers documented everything from supernovae to comets to planetary conjunctions. Their records, cross-referenced with those of other cultures, can provide a comprehensive picture of the sky at the time of Jesus' birth. The quest to uncover the true date of Jesus' birth is not merely an academic exercise. It is a journey that combines faith and reason, history and astronomy, to explore the profound intersection of the divine with the temporal. The Star of Bethlehem, whether a supernova, a comet, or a planetary conjunction, serves as a reminder that the heavens themselves bore witness to the birth of the one who would be called the light of the world. In this celestial event, we find a harmonious blend of mystery and revelation, inviting us to look beyond the ordinary and seek the extraordinary truths that lie at the heart of our existence. In embarking on this journey of scholarly inquiry, we must first acknowledge the wide array of academic perspectives surrounding the date of Jesus' birth. Imagine, if you will, a grand symposium where historians, theologians, and astronomers convene, each bringing forth their insights like varied spices in a rich, intellectual stew. The scholarly community is far from monolithic, and it is within this diversity of thought that we begin to unravel the complexities of dating the Nativity. The central debate pivots around the reliability of biblical texts juxtaposed with historical records. On one hand, the Gospels of Matthew and Luke provide narratives that have shaped millennia of belief and tradition. Yet their accounts, while spiritually profound, are not without historical challenges. Scholars meticulously analyze these texts, parsing through genealogies, censuses, and celestial events mentioned therein. The star that guided the Magi, for instance, has been the subject of rigorous astronomical scrutiny. Was it a supernova, a comet, or perhaps a rare conjunction of planets? Each hypothesis is examined with a keen eye for both scientific validity and scriptural harmony. Furthermore, the debate extends to the interpretation of historical sources from the Roman era. The decree from Caesar Augustus, mandating a census, is a cornerstone in Luke's account. Historians sift through Roman records to find corresponding evidence, often contending with gaps and inconsistencies. The reign of Herod the Great, marked by his infamous massacre of the innocents, also serves as a crucial temporal marker. Here, the scholarly dialogue becomes a dance between corroborative historical data and the theological narratives that have been passed down through centuries. In any robust academic discourse, challenges to prevailing theories are inevitable. Traditional dating methods, primarily those anchored in ecclesiastical tradition, face scrutiny under the relentless light of modern scholarship. The December 25th celebration, for instance, is often critiqued as a date chosen more for its alignment with Roman festivals than for its historical accuracy. This view posits that the early church may have adopted the date to ease the transition of pagan converts by aligning Christian celebrations with existing feasts. Scholars who challenge this notion delve into the intricate interplay between religious tradition and historical pragmatism, urging a reevaluation of long-held beliefs. Counter-arguments from historians and theologians abound, each bringing a fresh perspective to the table. Some argue for the credibility of the gospel accounts, emphasizing the contextual reliability of the narratives within their historical and cultural framework. Theologians, in particular, often stress the importance of the Nativity story not as a precise historical record, but as a theological affirmation of divine intervention in human history. They remind us that the Gospels were written with a purpose beyond mere chronology. They were crafted to convey profound truths about the incarnation of Christ. Yet the debate does not end there. Modern archaeological discoveries and advances in historical methodology continually breathe new life into this ancient inquiry. Every fragment of pottery, every newly unearthed inscription, holds the potential to either support or refute existing theories. It is a dynamic field where faith and reason engage in an ongoing dialogue, each challenging the other to deeper understanding. In essence, the scholarly debates surrounding the date of Jesus' birth are a testament to the enduring mystery of the Nativity. They reflect humanity's ceaseless quest for truth, a journey marked by intellectual rigor, spirited debate, and a profound respect for the sacred narratives that have shaped our civilization. Whether we ever pinpoint the exact date or not, the exploration itself enriches our appreciation of this pivotal moment in history, urging us to consider not just the when, but the why of Christ's coming into the world. The birth of Jesus Christ, an event of paramount importance in the annals of Christian history, naturally found its echo in the very heart of the Christian liturgical calendar. It is a curious yet profound reflection on human nature and divine providence that the exact date of such a monumental event remains veiled in obscurity. Nonetheless, early Christians, with their characteristic blend of devotion and pragmatism, sought to commemorate the nativity of their Savior in a manner that harmonized their spiritual aspirations with the rhythm of the natural world. In the early centuries of Christianity, the liturgical calendar began to take shape, not merely as a means of marking time, but as a profound tapestry interwoven with the sacred mysteries of the faith. The Feast of the Nativity, celebrated on December 25th, emerged as a focal point, not only because of its potential historical accuracy, but also due to its symbolic resonance. This date, aligning with the winter solstice, carried deep significance, representing the triumph of light over darkness, a fitting metaphor for the birth of the light of the world. The development of the liturgical calendar was a process marked by deliberation and discernment. Church fathers, theologians, and councils engaged in rigorous debate and contemplation to determine the most appropriate times to celebrate the pivotal events of Christ's life. The celebration of Christmas on December 25th can be traced to the early 4th century, a period when the Christian community sought to establish its identity distinct from pagan traditions, yet profoundly aware of the cultural milieu in which it existed. The choice of this date, coinciding with the Roman festival of Sol Invictus, was a strategic and inspired decision, illustrating the early church's adeptness at contextualizing its message within the broader cultural narrative. As centuries passed, the liturgical calendar became increasingly elaborate, encompassing not only the major feasts, but also numerous saints' days, seasons of penitence, and times of celebration. The Nativity, or Christmas, was enshrined as a time of profound joy and reflection, a period marked by a spirit of giving, communal worship, and the remembrance of God's great gift to humanity. The Christian liturgical calendar, in its entirety, stands as a testament to the faith's historical and theological richness, guiding believers through the cyclical remembrance of divine mysteries and the continuous journey of spiritual growth. The evolution of Christmas traditions over time is a narrative as intricate and varied as the history of Christianity itself. From the humble beginnings of early Christian gatherings in catacombs and house churches to the grand cathedrals and public squares filled with festive decorations, the manner in which believers have celebrated the birth of Christ has undergone significant transformation. In the early days of the Church, Christmas was primarily a liturgical celebration, focused on the spiritual and theological implications of the Incarnation. As Christianity spread across the Roman Empire and beyond, the ways in which this holy day was observed began to incorporate local customs and cultural practices. The blending of Christian themes with indigenous traditions resulted in a rich tapestry of celebratory expressions, each reflecting the unique character of the communities in which they were practiced. Medieval Europe saw the emergence of elaborate nativity plays, processions, and feasts, where the story of Christ's birth was dramatized and brought to life for the faithful. These public displays of piety and joy served not only to educate and inspire, but also to foster a sense of communal identity and shared belief. The Christmas season, with its emphasis on the virtues of hope, charity, and goodwill, became a time when societal norms were temporarily relaxed, allowing for merriment and generosity to flourish. The debate surrounding the exact date of Jesus' birth has in itself left an indelible mark on Christian culture and practice. Throughout history, various scholars and theologians have proposed alternative dates based on astronomical data, historical records, and biblical interpretation. These discussions, far from detracting from the significance of the event, have deepened the understanding of the historical and cultural context of the Nativity. In the modern era, Christmas has taken on a global dimension, celebrated by Christians and non-Christians alike as a time of peace and goodwill. The commercialization of the holiday, while often criticized, also serves as a reminder of the pervasive influence of the Nativity story on human culture. From carols and creches to Christmas trees and festive lights, the traditions associated with this season continue to evolve, reflecting contemporary values and societal changes. Ultimately, the cultural significance of Christmas, anchored in the liturgical celebration of Christ's birth, remains a powerful testament to the enduring legacy of the Nativity. It is a time when the sacred intersects with the secular, when ancient traditions are reinterpreted for new generations, and when the universal themes of hope, love, and redemption are celebrated across the globe. In this sense, the impact of the birth date debate transcends mere historical curiosity, inviting each generation to rediscover the profound mystery at the heart of the Christmas story. To embark upon the quest for the historical accuracy of Jesus' birth is to tread a path both ancient and profound. One must not merely glance at the surface of biblical texts, but dive into the depths where faith and history intertwine. Cross-referencing biblical events with historical records demands a meticulous and discerning mind, willing to sift through the sands of time to find those elusive grains of truth. The Nativity story, as recounted in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, is our primary guide. Here we find narratives rich with detail: the journey to Bethlehem, the humble birth in a manger, the visit of the Magi, guided by a mysterious star, and the subsequent flight to Egypt. These elements, though wrapped in theological significance, also beckon us to uncover their historical underpinnings. Consider the decree from Caesar Augustus, mentioned in Luke's Gospel, which mandated a census requiring Joseph and Mary to travel to Bethlehem. Historical records indeed confirm that Augustus conducted several censuses during his reign. Yet, the specific census mentioned in Luke remains a point of contention among scholars, as no direct record of such a census coinciding precisely with the Nativity exists. However, it is plausible that a localized registration could have occurred under the auspices of Quirinius, the governor of Syria, though the exact timing remains debated. Turning to the reign of Herod the Great, we find another crucial anchor for our historical inquiry. Herod, known for his architectural grandeur and ruthless disposition, is a figure well documented by historians like Josephus. The massacre of the innocents, as described in Matthew's Gospel, aligns with Herod's character, though external corroboration of this specific event is absent. Herod's death, around 4 BC, provides a terminus post quem, a date after which the birth of Jesus must have occurred. Furthermore, the appearance of the Star of Bethlehem invites us to explore ancient astronomical records. Theories abound: a supernova, a comet, or a rare planetary conjunction. The latter, particularly the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in 7 BC, offers a compelling possibility, aligning with the time frame suggested by Herod's death and the subsequent visit of the Magi. The endeavor to verify the historical accuracy of Jesus' birth extends beyond mere intellectual curiosity. It bears profound implications for faith. If we are to accept that the foundations of Christianity rest upon historical events, then the true date of Jesus' birth, while seemingly a minor detail, carries weighty theological significance. For the believer, the incarnation of Christ, God becoming man, is not an abstract doctrine but a concrete event in human history. Thus, the quest to pinpoint the exact date of Jesus' birth is in essence a quest to affirm the historical reality of this divine intervention. It reminds us that faith is not merely a set of beliefs, but a response to real events that unfolded in time and space. Yet, we must tread carefully, for faith does not hinge upon historical precision alone. Theological truths transcend the confines of dates and chronologies. The importance of historical truth in religious belief lies not in the exactitude of every detail, but in the veracity of the overarching narrative. The Nativity story, with its profound symbolism and spiritual depth, remains a cornerstone of Christian faith regardless of the specific date. Reflecting upon the importance of historical truth, we are reminded of the words of C.S. Lewis himself. We are not merely players of a game who move counters on a board, but rather actors in a divine drama whose ultimate purpose is known only to the playwright. The search for the true date of Jesus' birth is part of our engagement with this divine drama, seeking to understand the interplay between the temporal and the eternal. While the precise date of Jesus' birth may remain elusive, the endeavor to uncover it enriches our faith, inviting us to delve deeper into the mysteries of our salvation. It challenges us to balance historical inquiry with theological reflection, ensuring that our faith remains both intellectually robust and spiritually vibrant. In the bustling corridors of modern scholarship, the quest to pinpoint the precise date of Jesus' birth is both a vibrant and contentious endeavor. Scholars today, armed with the tools of archaeology, astronomy, and historical analysis, continue to wrestle with this ancient mystery. The consensus, however, is far from unanimous. The traditional date of December 25th, once held with little question, now stands amidst a myriad of proposed alternatives. Many scholars lean towards dates in the spring or autumn, aligning with historical and astronomical events that would have been significant to the people of first-century Judea. Theories abound, each supported by a tapestry of evidence woven from diverse sources. For instance, some researchers point to the appearance of the Star of Bethlehem as described in the Gospel of Matthew. This celestial phenomenon has been hypothesized to be a conjunction of planets, a supernova, or even a comet. Astronomical data suggests that such events occurred around 7 to 4 BCE, offering plausible windows for Jesus' birth. Others delve into the socio-political context of the era, examining the reign of Herod the Great, the census ordered by Caesar Augustus, and the practices of the Jewish calendar. The historical records, though often fragmented and interpretatively challenging, provide valuable clues. Scholars such as John P. Meyer and Paul L. Mayer have argued for dates that fit within these broader historical narratives, suggesting that Jesus was likely born several years before the traditionally accepted 1 AD. New discoveries and methodologies continually reshape our understanding. The Dead Sea Scrolls, for example, have provided insights into Jewish customs and calendar systems, which in turn influence our dating of events in the New Testament. Modern technology, including advanced dating techniques and computer simulations of ancient skies, offers unprecedented precision in our analyses. Amidst these scholarly debates, the public perception of Jesus' birth date remains a fascinating tapestry of tradition, faith, and cultural influence. For many, December 25th holds an intrinsic, almost sacrosanct significance. The date is enshrined in centuries of liturgical practice, familial traditions, and the collective consciousness of Christian communities worldwide. Popular culture, with its powerful narratives and visual imagery, reinforces this perception. The nativity scenes, Christmas carols, and holiday celebrations all converge on this date, creating a powerful sense of continuity and identity. The idea of re-evaluating the date of Jesus' birth might seem disconcerting to some, as it touches upon deeply held beliefs and cherished memories. However, the impact of scholarly discourse is not entirely lost on the public. Educational programs, documentaries, and books bring these debates to a wider audience, encouraging a more nuanced understanding. The Internet, with its vast repositories of information, allows curious minds to explore these topics in depth, bridging the gap between academia and popular knowledge. As we navigate this complex interplay of tradition and scholarship, it is essential to recognize the value in both perspectives. The traditional date, steeped in historical and cultural significance, offers a sense of continuity and communal identity. Meanwhile, the scholarly quest for accuracy enriches our understanding of the historical Jesus, deepening our appreciation of the profound impact his life and teachings have had on the world. Ultimately, the search for the true date of Jesus' birth is more than a chronological inquiry. It is a journey that invites us to explore the depths of history, faith, and human understanding. As we peel back the layers of time, we are reminded of the enduring mystery and majesty of the Nativity, a story that continues to inspire and illuminate our world, regardless of the exact date on which it began. As we draw our exploration to a close, let us briefly revisit the journey we've undertaken in our quest to uncover the true date of Jesus' birth. We began by delving into the Gospel narratives, where Matthew and Luke provided us with rich, albeit distinct accounts of the Nativity. Through their stories, we glimpsed the miraculous and the mundane intertwined, set against the backdrop of ancient Judea's socio-political landscape. Our investigation then shifted to historical and astronomical evidence. We examined Roman and Jewish historical records, considered the reign of Herod the Great, and analyzed various astronomical phenomena that might correspond with the biblical Star of Bethlehem. These clues painted a picture that challenges the traditional December 25th date, suggesting instead a time frame that aligns more closely with historical and celestial events. In examining early Christian traditions, we trace the origins of the December 25th celebration and the influences of Roman and Jewish calendars on the adoption of this date by the early Church. This journey through history and tradition revealed the complex interplay between faith, culture, and historical record. Finally, we reflected on the cultural and historical impact of the Nativity date. We explored how the liturgical calendar, Christmas traditions, and the ongoing debate about Jesus' birth date have shaped and continue to influence Christian faith and practice. In reflecting on the enduring significance of our search, we recognize that the quest for the true date of Jesus' birth transcends mere historical curiosity. It touches upon the very foundations of faith and the profound mystery of the Incarnation. Whether we pinpoint the exact date or not, the birth of Jesus remains a pivotal moment in history, one that has inspired hope, joy, and transformation across centuries and cultures. This pursuit also reminds us of the importance of historical truth in religious belief. The Nativity story, grounded in historical events and enriched by centuries of tradition, invites us to engage with our faith intellectually and spiritually. It encourages us to seek understanding and to appreciate the deep roots of our religious narratives. Moreover, the exploration of Jesus' birth date highlights the dynamic relationship between history and faith. It shows how new discoveries and scholarly research can illuminate our understanding of ancient events, inviting us to continually re-examine and deepen our beliefs. As we conclude this video, we invite you to join us in this ongoing journey of discovery and reflection. If you found this exploration insightful, please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future videos. We encourage you to like this video, share it with others who might be interested, and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Your feedback and suggestions are invaluable to us. Let us know what topics you would like us to explore next, and any questions or insights you have on the content we discussed today. Your engagement helps us create more content that resonates with our community and fosters meaningful dialogue. In the end, while the precise date of Jesus' birth may remain a subject of debate, the significance of that event is beyond question. The birth of Jesus marks a turning point in history, a moment that heralds hope and redemption. It is a story that continues to inspire and uplift, reminding us of the enduring power of faith and the profound mystery of the divine entering our world. So as we celebrate Christmas, whether on December 25th or another date, let us do so with hearts full of joy and gratitude, remembering the true essence of the season, the wondrous gift of Christ's birth, which brings light and life to all. Morning Invocation for Clarity. O Lord my God, in the quiet moments of this new day, I come before you seeking your divine presence and guidance. As the sun rises and sheds its light upon the world, so may your wisdom illuminate my path and bring clarity to my mind. Grant me, O Lord, the serenity to discern the essential from the trivial, the patience to navigate through confusion, and the strength to remain steadfast in the face of uncertainty. May your Spirit dwell within me, guiding my thoughts and actions toward righteousness and truth. Help me, dear Lord, to see with clear eyes and a pure heart. As I embark on the tasks and challenges of this day, may your light shine upon every decision I make, every word I speak, and every step I take. Fill my mind with your wisdom, that I might understand your will and align my life with your divine purpose. In moments of doubt, be my confidence. In moments of confusion, be my clarity. Let your truth be my guiding star, leading me through the complexities of life with faith and trust in your eternal goodness. O Lord, in your infinite mercy, grant that I may serve you with a clear mind and an undivided heart, seeking always to glorify your holy name in all that I do. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspirational content. Leave your comments below and let us know how this video has impacted your journey of faith. Until next time, may the peace of Christ be with you always.